New Right Network. Mobilizing, countering the left, energizing the right. New Right Network, home of the New Right movement.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to New Right Network's original series, SmythTV. Your host, Brian Smith, giving you all the breaking news of the day, wrapping it all up, exposing the fake news, and giving you the real news every single day, Monday through Friday, 7 to 8 p.m. Eastern. And right after the show is the Wayne Dupree Show. So you've got 2 hours of nonstop, back-to-back, real information, exposing the fake news, the MSNBC, CBS, and CNNs, the rest of them, and giving you the real news. And we've got breaking news today, folks. Usually I go into a little bit of a talk about the show, and I'll get to that in a minute, but we really absolutely have breaking news today, folks. Robert Mueller, special counsel Robert Mueller indictment. Yes, absolutely. Robert Mueller being indicted by a grand jury, and we'll get into the details and the explanations about that, why you're not hearing about that, how is that possible, and God rest his soul, Antonin Scalia from heaven reaching down. A ruling he made back in the day, actually a landmark decision back in the day, actually made this indictment possible. And I'll get to all the details with that, folks. But it is a huge day coming back off of the 4th of July. God bless Donald Trump. God bless America. God bless each and every one of you. I hope you had an incredible time over the 4th of July. Me and my family, we spent a lot of time together. The boy and the 2 daughters just had a blast yesterday, just enjoying each other's company, being able to hang out with my brother and my cousin and all their friends and their family. It was just a really, really awesome time to spend with friends and family and to talk about it. We talk about, the military and the fallen soldiers, and we talk about history, politics, and events. That's just what my family's all about. My brother served in the Air Force over in Okinawa, Japan. My cousin, Kerry, the Marine Corps, stationed out of Yuma, Arizona. But if you know the Marines, they'll get stationed in one place and then move around the world. And ironically, twist of fate, small world, guys. My cousin, Kerry, in the Marine Corps, coincidentally stationed out in Okinawa, Japan, at the same time my brother was there, showed up to his dorm room, knocked on the door, said, "Hey, what's going on, cuz?" Crazy times. I was stationed in Aviano, Italy, and twist of fate, ironically, my sister, who I didn't know, was traveling in Europe and knocked on my door and said, hey, brother, I'm here to spend Christmas with you. So we've truly been blessed, and hopefully you guys have been blessed as well. And as I say on the show, I truly pray for each and every one of you. All our Patreons, I pray for you guys that your health and wealth improve throughout this new year. Donald Trump, praying for his safety, praying for America as well. And God bless it. What an incredible event. Yes, it was huge. The biggest 4th of July event I think I've ever seen in my entire life, guys. We truly are in a very beautiful time. Got incredible jobs numbers for June. And if this is the first time you've been on the show, welcome. Again, I'm your host, Brian Smith, giving you all the breaking news of the day, wrapping it all up. And if you jump down in the description below, you'll see the different links. Wayne Dupree Show, click the link at 8 o'clock. That'll take you right over to his show so you can watch him live. And underneath that in the description is patreon.com/SmythRadio. We originally started out 5 years ago or so, 2014, documenting the demise of America because we saw no way to come back. Even some of our great friends and family members with wisdom and age to them said, no, we're over the event horizon. We're just in free fall and you don't know it. And what a depressing days those were. They're truly depressing. So we started the show to document the demise of America because we didn't believe that anybody would ever believe what happened and how it went down. Not only that, but Carrie and I, my cousin, we'd have incredible conversations, 3, 4, 5 hours long about politics, about life. And then when the conversation was over, they'd be gone to the ether. So we wanted to document our conversations as well for our family, for our children, grandchildren, things like that. And it just kind of morphed into this that we've got today, which I'm truly blessed. I love doing the show. I love coming here and giving you guys the real news and interacting with you as well. So jump down there to patreon.com, help support the show, continue to help us help Donald Trump make America great again. And 2020, 2024, we've got to keep America great with real news. Underneath that, if you like to listen to the show audio only, there's iHeartRadio link, iHeartRadio. And underneath that is the Telegram app. Get the Telegram app. You'll have that right on your phone so that you won't miss a single beat. You'll have the Facebook link if they're not shut down. Yeah, Facebook was shut down the other day, guys. I couldn't get it going. I couldn't get anything going. So when Facebook's up, 95% of the time, you'll get the link to Facebook. You'll get the link to YouTube. You also get the link for the Twitter and Periscope, as well as the link for the full show notes. And again, down underneath that is the full show notes. Click that link to take you over to newrightnetwork.com. You'll be able to see the embed for the video of the show, as well as the entire show notes. Now, in the show notes are the links to the great patriots that helped create this show, and I want to thank you, every single one of you. I'll showcase their tweets, showcase Donald Trump's tweets as well, links for the articles and links for everything. Just click on them. They'll take you right over to Twitter. They'll take you right to the article, whether it be Gateway Pundit, the Federalist, Breitbart.com, and it'll take you right directly to that article so you can read the entirety. And when we get to this one, this is breaking news, guys. Robert Mueller, Special Counsel Robert Mueller, indicted. Yes, absolutely indicted. The indictment documents, the court documents, all of it right there in the show notes. So you can go through it. I can't read it all. One of them is 14 pages. And 14 pages isn't that long. If you're reading an indictment, you can kind of go through it pretty quick. But we don't have that much time on the show to do that. But I'm going to get into some of the details. And you're going to go over there and hit the links and get in there and read the indictments. This is big, folks. Jerome Corsi and his $320 million lawsuit. We're going to talk about Roger Stone as well as WikiLeaks. God, this is the biggest thing since sliced bread. I'm so excited. When Donald Trump said game over, man, he wasn't lying. It's game over for real. I'm telling you, folks, it is going to be big. I'm every day that passes, I'm starting to see that, yes, it is true, and I'm getting more and more confirmation. People are being prosecuted. Folks are going to jail for doing everything they could possibly do to overthrow an election, an American election, to interfere with the election process. And then not only that, but after Donald Trump was elected president of the United States, they continue to spy, and they continue to attempt the coup d'etat, a silent coup, and then we all knew about it, and now it is coming out, paperwork and documents, and things are happening to where the Justice Department wheels turn slowly, and that is by design, folks. Do not get upset. Do not get worried or dismayed because of the time frame. It's by design, so that a quick judgment, quick knee-jerk judgment to throw somebody in prison and then undo it, you don't have to do that. These things take time. It's going to work itself out, and I'm thoroughly excited about it. So today we're going to do a recap of the 4th of July celebration. God bless America, 243 years. God bless our founding fathers. And God bless the 56 founding members that signed their death warrant by signing the document, the Declaration of Independence. Thank you so much for prevailing and moving forward. And now we have to get back to the basics. We've got to claim our country back again, and we've got to expose the Democrats. I'm going to do that right here, guys. I'm going to try to make this as much as a positive show today as possible. Freedom Friday, I like to call it, but Friday thoughts, Friday feeling. I want to showcase the greatness that is going on in America through Donald Trump, through Twitter, and all our patriots. You're gonna have to touch on the border, but I'm going to show you the opposite of what is actually truly happening and information getting out. Trump derangement syndrome, I'm going to show this to you too because you got to see it. You're not going to believe it, but it's funny. You're going to laugh at it. You're like, so ridiculous and so insane. And then Spygate. Again, we're going to touch on that. Breaking news, Mueller indicted, and it's coming. It's coming to fruition. Game over, as Donald Trump said. And so as we start out the show, let's talk about some really great stuff, which is what happened yesterday. And also, well, let's get started with this. This great patriot, I get a lot of you folks that I'll follow your tweets. I'm in a lot of groups with you. And then some of you are DMing me breaking news and great articles. And I thank you very, very much. Continue to do that. And Frances, I've used her quite often. I didn't have anything for her in the show today, but she did something that was selfless. And it touched my heart. And God bless you, Frances. Thank you so much. I'm going to show you guys what she did. This was truly incredible. At Frances_712. This is absolutely a great patriot to follow. And she tweeted out, Patriots, SmythTV is your real news to watch and to follow. And this was the clip at minute 42:13 that she retweeted for our show. Let me play the clip real quick because it's actually kind of important. It's a flashback for me. Absolutely incredible. And Epoch Times is one that I approve. Thumbs up. Absolutely. They were the first that were on top of Spygate. Dan Bongino was getting all this stuff from... sorry, Dan. Sorry, Dan. Didn't mean to spoil the beans, but I started going to Epoch Times to get all my information and news and names and connecting the dots to all the players and who they work for. And yes, Epoch Times good. This is unbelievable. Donald Trump has already placed 9 new judges in the Ninth Circuit Court. Obviously, we need more judges because this is just unconscionable, as we've got Ron DeSantis over the weekend passing a bill that bans sanctuary cities. How do we need a law to enforce a law? You know what I'm saying? We got lunacy running amok, and this is how we change it, folks. Go into the voting booths, find out where your voting place is, find out when the votes are, the primaries. There's all kinds of things going on, folks, out there in your local area. You got to stay plugged in. So that I know it feels kind of weird watching myself because I normally don't do that, but Rush Limbaugh does it. He's got his producer, Mr. Producer, that pulls out different clips, and then they'll play the clips and stuff like that. I used to listen to the show intently to try and get better and to see what I was doing wrong or doing right, and it's just kind of odd. It didn't really work out that well. But thank you. At Frances_712. God bless you. And ironically, I didn't plan this, guys. Ironically, I ran across this today for show prep, and this fits hand in glove right now with what we're talking about with the Mueller Gate, Spygate, and now, again, breaking news, Mueller indicted. So let's get into what happened yesterday, though. God bless America. It was so emotional watching the video clips and Donald Trump's speech. I've got the full link for the full speech. You guys can jump into the description below, see the full speech. You can watch the whole thing, and I'll play a couple of clips here for you. And this, obviously, there's no introduction. Real Donald Trump.
Part of one of the greatest stories ever told, the story of America. It is the epic tale of a great nation whose people have risked everything for what they know is right and what they know is true. On this day, 243 years ago, our founding fathers pledged their lives, their fortunes, and their sacred honor to declare independence and defend our God-given rights. We will never forget that we are Americans and the future belongs to us. The spirit of American independence will never fade, never fail, but will reign forever and ever and ever. To every citizen throughout our land, have a glorious Independence Day. Have a great 4th of July.
And as you saw there, the Blue Angels flying overhead, and the crowd was enormous. And this one right here, at God Loves USA 1, you can see how she put this video up, and you can see the crowd, the reflecting pool, the Washington Memorial. And she tweets out, during President Trump's speech, there was a massive crowd in attendance. The crowd started from the Lincoln Memorial where the president made his speech and went way past the Washington Memorial. And as she pans the crowd, there's more crowd. This thing is just massive. And this is our good buddy Scott Presler replying to Alexandria Cortez. She tweeted out, Trump spent millions on a poorly attended one-day parade, does after saying he couldn't afford toothpaste and soap for caged children. Did he ask Congress for military parade money? No. Trump held these kids hostage to secure billions for their abusers. Congress needs to see that. And our good friend Scott, hashtag the persistence, at Scott Presler. AOC, you're a liar. I was there. There were tens of thousands of Americans from all over the country. MS-13 murdered black Americans on Long Island right near you, but you won't ever hear AOC talk about that because illegal aliens come first. You see Scott, he's panning all the way around 360. He's right. I mean, the pictures show it. Tens of thousands of Americans, millions of people in attendance, and this at Alley 167. Thank you, real Donald Trump, for bringing Americans together to celebrate our country. And she posted up this video of the Blue Angels flying over the Washington Memorial. This is just great stuff. I miss being around aircraft like that. Incredible. I can't remember in my lifetime whenever there was a parade like this. Why are we not having parades every single year on the 4th of July in Washington, D.C.? This is what the Democrats are trying to do to us, to get us to forget about and forget about and not coming together and dividing. This is the divisiveness of the Democrat Party. They will not do this. They didn't support this. CNN, MSNBC, CBS, ABC, all the fake news people wouldn't carry the parade, wouldn't carry Donald Trump's speech. There's your divisiveness. When somebody ever tells you that Donald Trump is dividing America, you call BS, and you call that out loud and clear and say, no, you're wrong. Donald Trump is bringing Americans together like never before, while mainstream media and the Democrats are divisive. They're being divisive. They're attempting to divide America. And as you see, AOC supporting illegals, Joe Biden working with China, Chuck Schumer and Nancy Pelosi siding with illegals and not with Americans. And for Black America to start to wake up and understand that Donald Trump's got your back. Not only does Donald Trump got your back, we got your back. We're Americans. We're all Americans. We're in this together. I want to save America and all Americans, including Asian Americans, Black Americans, Jewish Americans. And I hate the hyphenatedness. We're all the same. It doesn't matter your skin color, your race, your creed, your religion. It doesn't make no never mind. Guys, it don't make no never mind where you are, where you're at, your level in society, up the top, at the bottom. We're all in this together. And we cannot fail and falter like England, France, Spain. Yeah, even Spain, guys, Greece, the UK, the EU, the UN, and we got to get out of that stuff. We got to get out of the whole EU, all of that. Get away from all of that globalist. Go back to what you originally were. Go back to your roots of being a nationalist. France being for France, England being for England, America being for America. It's not this. Inclusiveness is not good. Inclusiveness is bad in the sense that you're including all other cultures and dumping them into one. No, it's called assimilation. That's why America is what it is. That's why who we are what we are. The big melting pot of the world. And in the early 1900s, after the mass migration to America, our government literally for 60 years shut down immigration. Legal and illegal immigration. Shut it down for 60 years in order for assimilation to happen. Democrats said, nah, man, we need more votes. We got to open up those gates. Welcome all. And Donald Trump retweeting out a lot of folks last night. And it was just so awesome. Got to meet some new people and follow some new patriots. Check this out. This at Stewardship, AMER, spectacular, replying to Patrick Dixon, replying to Patricia Dixon, who posted these pictures online. I mean, that's a flood of people right there. Alan Sutton also retweeted this one. Thank you, Mr. President, for a stupendous Independence Day tribute to our great nation and to all who have donned our nation's uniform. May God continue to strengthen and impart his wisdom upon you. And that was to Donald Trump's tweet that we played earlier. This is actually the first time I saw this video of Donald Trump that he posted up was through Alan Sutton. So that's how it works on Twitter, guys. And this at Charlie Kirk 11. This is our good friend. This is one to follow. Turning Points USA, along with Candace Owens, definitely. And he's up there. He's up there with Donald Trump giving the thumbs up sign. And he says, retweet if you are thankful to have real Donald Trump as president this beautiful Independence Day. There's no doubt in my mind. Of course, I retweeted that. We follow Charlie. Charlie follows us. Great patriot, Charlie. Guys, you got to pinch yourself every single morning that you wake up. You're never going to see a president like this ever again in our lifetimes. Continue to pray that the wisdom from our leaders and those patriots step up to walk that path that Donald Trump is walking right now. He's laying the foundation, the groundwork and the foundation of our new party, of our new Republican Party. Donald Trump hijacking the old party, kicking out, literally. I mean, he didn't do it, but they left because of him. So I say they kicked him out. Donald Trump kicked him out. And laying the groundwork for a patriotic, God-fearing, America-loving party. The new party of the Republicans. Folks, this is us. We're now in charge. Donald Trump has done his part. We now have to take charge and continue to hijack the Republican Party and bring it back to America first. Don't think about it. Just maybe about 20 years ago, the Republican Party almost changed their platform to include abortion. Yeah, Phyllis Schlafly and Gateway Council. The Eagle Council, they were responsible for holding the Republican Party's feet to the fire and not changing their platform. Can't forget about these things. We also can't forget about 2010, Antonin Scalia helping to save the Second Amendment, literally. Democrats and rogue judges took it all the way to the Supreme Court saying the definition of militia, that's a group of people. That's the military militia. No, it's not individual people. No. And it came down with one vote. Antonin Scalia, God rest his soul, great patriot for America. And so that's why we've got to continue doing what we're doing. Get involved, get elected. It's not that hard. A lot of times, some of your smaller towns, a lot of times some of these seats are open. And not only are some of the seats open, but some of the folks may be older and want to walk away from it. They're kind of tired and they want to retire. They'll just hand you the seat. It's what happened to my cousin. And that's what's going to happen to me in 2020. Is that there's an elderly gentleman. He is a Democrat, but he's one of those old blue dog Democrats that real good friends with Republicans. They work back and forth. Yeah, he's in my district, in my little area, and he's going to step down, and I'm going to step in. That's what I'm saying, guys. Just get involved. And as we were talking about jobs numbers for June are in. Strong hiring in June with 224,000 new jobs across America. This reported by CBS. Sometimes they do, accidental case of journalism here. And this, our good friend at Nancy Mace. This is one of 3 tweets that she put out, and she says, on this day, 243 years ago, 56 brave men signed their names on a document committing treason and bet against the most powerful empire the earth had ever known, knowing that they may well die in the pursuit of liberty. They did so because they understood the right of a nation to determine its own destiny. They went all in on the United States of America. Independence Day is my favorite holiday for this simple fact. It's real. It happened. No matter your background, no matter your personal faith, no matter your political beliefs, together we all light up the sky tonight for the same reason as our founding fathers: freedom. And Nancy Mace is a candidate running for 2020 in South Carolina, the 1st district, and she says we are going to win back this seat. And here's her trailer. Absolutely follow this one and tell your friends, your family, if they're in South Carolina, this is who you vote for.
Sending the same old to Washington, expecting a different result. It's crazy. I'm Nancy Mace, and I'm going to win back the 1st Congressional District in 2020. For years, I've beaten the expectations set by others. You can't do this, you can't do that. You know what I say? To hell with all that. I grew up in the Low Country, and I'm raising my family here. I succeeded as the first woman to graduate from the Citadel because I refused to give up. I fought for it. But I've done a lot more since then. My whole career I've worked hard to deliver results, both for my clients in business and for the taxpayers I represent in the State House. But Washington is filled with politicians more worried about being someone rather than actually doing something. I am tired of the BS, and I know you are too. Here's what I'll do in Congress. I want to stop rebuilding the world and start rebuilding America. You know our roads and bridges need it. I want to keep government off our backs and protect our constitutional rights. And I want to build the wall because supporting America first means securing America first. We can't allow radical politicians in Washington to turn America into a socialist country. I worked for President Trump in 2016, and he will have an ally in Congress. It's about time Republicans got serious about winning with true fiscally conservative values to protect our future. Not just for my children, but yours too. I'm Nancy Mace, a new voice, the right experience, a leader who knows how to put the Low Country and America first. Washington won't know what hit them. Join our campaign today.
Absolutely support this great patriot. This is how you know who to vote for, folks. If they talk about Donald Trump, if they talk about the America First agenda, talk about building the wall, talk about America First policies. Let's stop rebuilding the world. Yeah, I'm done with rebuilding the world. How many trillions of dollars have we dumped in the sands of the Middle East, all to go to waste? I mean, it's exactly, just dump a bucket of water out on the desert in the Middle East. It's pretty much what we did with trillions of dollars, nothing in it for America. Donald Trump, don't tell me it's about ISIS, don't tell me about this and that. Donald Trump destroyed ISIS in 2 years. We know for a fact that these politicians, these dirty politicians up there in Congress, make millions of dollars because of war. They love war. Doesn't matter if you're Democrat or Republican, they love war. We've got to stop the wars. Goes to John McCain. That's come and gone, and this is a new generation. We are not America's police force to stop wars and create wars and get involved in wars. We've got to stop all of that. I'm just sick and tired of it. So absolutely, Mace, all in. If you know somebody in South Carolina, call them. They may know somebody in this District 1. And this at Nick Adams in USA. Everything about President Trump's Salute to America show was perfect. What a great show for the greatest country in the history of the world. President Trump has America stronger than ever, and that was displayed eloquently tonight. Even CBS News couldn't help themselves. Here's the fireworks show that they're showing live. Stunning fireworks filled the sky above the National Mall in Washington, D.C. on Independence Day. Absolutely. What an incredible event. Guys, this is going to go down. This is going to go down as one of the greatest presidents we have ever had, going back to Abraham Lincoln when he saved America for the first time, and now Donald Trump saving America for the second time. Thank you, Dinesh D'Souza. Folks, got to check out the movie. Incredible movie. And this is our good friend Jim Hoff at Gateway Pundit last night tweeting out, "So my sister, lifelong Democrat, just called from Iowa. She is furious that CNN, CBS, ABC, NBC, MSNBC are not airing the Washington, D.C. 4th of July celebration, saying they politicized Independence Day, not at real Donald Trump. She gets it. Hey, man, congratulations for being able to bring your sister around. The real news is out there, folks. We are turning people left and right because they are sick and tired of seeing how the left is politicizing everything. Everything. And so now, and I've got a sister, too, that she turned the corner as well. Union teacher, and actually showed up and was involved in the Hillary Clinton campaign back in the day, all the way back in 2008 against Barack Obama, talking about becoming a union steward. And I'm like, oh, man, for the teachers union. And now, no, not so much. She voted Trump. She voted Trump, without a doubt. She's voting Trump 2020. Guys, we are turning the corner and we're making a difference. And when you're out there, out and about having fun, you do as I do. Put your America hat on. Making America great again by Donald Trump. God bless it. So as we're moving right along, this from at VP, this from Mike Pence. And by the way, just a heads up, Mike Pence's aircraft never left the tarmac for the other day, the emergency where they said he turned around. His aircraft never left the tarmac, so he never really turned the aircraft around. He was never in any danger. Just a heads up on that. But he tweeted out, no better way to start this 4th of July than with at Second Lady and the newest American citizens being naturalized at the National Archives. Their story is taking the first step in pursuit of the American dream, is near and dear to my heart. And these are the pictures that he tweeted out. This We the People. And this raising of your right hand to swear in. And these are all the new immigrants that have migrated to America legally. That's how you do it right there. Legally, it takes a long time and, there's money involved. But if you've got the determination and you've got the will, you'll make it happen. Just walking across the border, illegally coming into this country now minimizes their struggle to becoming a legal citizen. That's got to stop. And as we talk about that, guys, I've got to expose some of this news that's going on right now. And this at 2017 FNR. California AG should be prosecuted ASAP for what he just did. Tucker Carlson shows us why.
Well, there's so much news going on right now, it's hard to keep up, but we think something really significant has just happened in the state of California. The Attorney General there, Javier Becerra, just sent a warning to employers in his state. He said this yesterday. He said, defy the federal government or you will face punishment. Federal immigration authorities reportedly are planning a crackdown in California, which has more illegal aliens than any other state. In response to that, Becerra held a press conference in which he threatened Californians with prosecution and heavy fines if they dare to collaborate with their government in any way to help enforce this country's borders. We want to repeat that and let it sink in for a second. The country's biggest state is punishing its citizens for following federal law. Well, that's not just craven politics. It's a threat to the basic integrity of the United States. How basic? Well, there's a famous Supreme Court decision called McCullough versus Maryland. In that case, the court held that because the federal government is supreme to the states, it is unconstitutional for the states to sabotage valid actions of the federal government. That case was decided in 1819. It's been settled law for almost 200 years.
1819, we're now at the 200th year anniversary, ironically, and we've got Democrat governors and Democrat elected officials that are absolutely attempting to sabotage Donald Trump, keeping America safe at the border. The money needs to go down there to stop this. The money needs to go down there to build the wall, take care of these migrants, and send them back. Do not bring in any more illegals. Ted Cruz was giving a speech and said 144,000 illegals arrested at the border in 1 month. This insanity has to stop. Donald Trump is tweeting out that Mexico is helping. Some people are trying to say that Mexico is not helping as much as he's saying. I'm here to say Mexico is helping more than the Democrat Party. And if your blood wasn't already boiling about all of this nonsense and illegalness, and the reason why Democrats gotta get these people up here is they need new voters. One, they need new voters. Two, they also help to divide the country into different groups and different sects. And then all of a sudden, you got an entire welfare state on our hands, and this is got to stop. But we've got elected officials going against the federal government, and they need to be arrested. This at West Virginia running West Virginia, at IceGov. If you don't enforce the laws on our lawmakers, how in the hell can you expect anyone else to follow them? At hashtag Cory Booker. And this, our good friend at Julie Rinkwin1. Definitely a good one to follow. If you're building up your Twitter group and you need people to follow you back, she will absolutely follow you back. Does a great job at that. And if you want to stay posted on Laura Loomer information, she's also connected directly with Laura Loomer. She tweeted out, Cory Booker escorts migrants from Juarez into the United States. This Laura Loomer official, lauraloomer.us. And this is Laura Loomer's page.
Should we go a little bit further? Move this way and then we should this way or what?
Yeah, it's fine, yeah. No.
Just turn this way.
With like the, yeah.
Excuse me, I look better when you can't see me.
Senator, if you could start with describing the issues that the women asylum seekers face.
These were women who had really horrific stories. They're survivors of sexual violence. They're survivors of attacks that are being preyed upon. They have legitimate fears about the kind of just unconscionable things that are going on and happening to them. And what this policy that we have is doing is it's pushing people who are already vulnerable, who are already targeted, back into a dangerous situation. So their stories about the violence that they've endured were painful.
If you're coming to this country because you've been sexually assaulted, that's not an asylum-seeking reason. That means that everybody in the entire world that's been sexually assaulted should have asylum in America. You're facing violence in your country. You need to come to America. No, that's not what we're here for. America is not here for you to just go ahead and run to. That's not going to work out. That doesn't work for us, and it's not going to work for you either. It just doesn't work out. You have to change your country where it's at. We will support you in that, but you've got to start there, changing your own country, getting involved in your elections, and getting rid of people like Maduro. I absolutely support getting rid of Maduro. I support helping Venezuela get back, but I do not support Venezuela continuing down the road of socialism and communism. And this at MZ Hemingway. Good examples of corporate media failure here. 8 times the media said there was no crisis at the southern border. This at thefederalist.com. Reporter Jim Acosta, self-owned at the wall. You remember this, guys. We went down to the wall and said, hey, there ain't nothing to see here. This is completely manufactured crisis driven by racism of POTUS. It enrages me. This at NBC News. Now, we know that this was manufactured. NBC News manufactured this picture. That was the famous Mexican woman pulling her children. But if you look deep into the background, you can see camera crews and people standing around and people hanging out. And then CNN anchor Don Lemon, the manufactured crisis broken record. And then at Real Saavedra tweeted this out. CNN's Don Lemon is worried people will believe Trump's speech on the southern border crisis. Joe Scarborough, Americans are stupid for believing there's a crisis. Anderson Cooper, the number of migrants seeking asylum has slowed to a trickle. 144,000 in a month is not a trickle. New York Times, the Daily, says none of Trump's concerns are true. Univision, you're going to believe Jorge Ramos. Univision journalist Jorge Ramos. Trump invented the invasion. There's no crisis. And number 8, the New York Times, or the New York Slimes, editorial board says Trump's dreamed up the crisis. This is total insanity, and we see what's going on. The crisis is now in the Democrat hands, and Nancy Pelosi, I told you earlier this week, buckled to the Democrat demands and actually help send money, $4.6 billion down to the border to help with the crisis. The crisis is driven by globalists, and the globalist agenda is to attack and bring America down to her knees. This is the only way. They can't defeat us by war. They can't defeat us with the greatest army we've ever had, the world's ever seen. The biggest, the baddest, the greatest, the F-16s, the F-22s, the F-35s. I'm just telling you, the aircraft carriers, the submarines, the amount of aircraft carriers, the amount of submarines, the battleships. Nobody can touch America when it comes to war. But when it comes to an invasion, that's a whole nother ball game. And they know the trick. They know the playbook. And as we turn to some great information, guys, that you're not going to see this anywhere. Right here at Smyth Television on Twitter. Again, folks, every single night, Monday through Friday, bringing you breaking news, wrapping it up, making sense of it, exposing the fake news, and giving you the real news right here. And this at Farber Yankee, named after @Real Donald Trump in the city in central Israel. Israel loves Donald Trump. You know what Israel loves? Israel loves the nationalism that Donald Trump has for his own country and the support that we give to Israel. And this one right here at UPMHPM, POTUS, the world is watching. Keep America Great 2020, America One Voice, and this at the Gateway Pundit. The world's tallest building lights up in stars and stripes for the 4th of July. This in Dubai. And as we see this, the world absolutely loves America. They love what we're doing and where we're going, and that we take pride in our own country and our own people as they take pride in their own country and their own people. I lived in Italy for a few years when I was in the Air Force, and I'm telling you, the Italians, they've got something very special, and it's about their country. It's about them being together, them being Italian, their heritage, everything about that. Same with the Japanese, same with the Chinese. By the way, you're not getting any, none of the Muslims into China. You're not getting Muslims into Japan. That is, that is cut off. It's zero, zilch, none, nada. Why? Because they know it will destroy their culture. Hear that again. Islam, Muslims. It doesn't matter if you're violent, if you're peaceful, if you're half Muslim or full Muslim. Doesn't matter if you practice the hijab or not. The integration of Islam at any level into another culture will destroy that culture. That's what's going on right now. That's why we got to take back the house. That's why we got to take these elected Islamists, remove them from office, and then put back into law. Islam cannot hold office in our country. And real quick, let's run through the Donald Trump derangement syndrome and show you the Democrats and how they're failing all day yesterday. This at Jally_cat, C-A-T. Meet Ariel S. Gold, creator of Code Pink, the anti-American, anti-Trump organization. She's going to bring in voters against Trump with her continued hate and division and big Trump poopy statue. This with Tammy Bruce.
Is this. Who exactly, we're at a point in time where people want to be persuaded. People are not sure about who represents them and what's fake and what isn't. Who exactly do you think you're persuading here with this kind of display? I'm very curious about what the intention is, beyond just maybe shock or getting your point across. Maybe you don't mean to persuade, and if you do, who is it that you're persuading with this kind of demonstration?
Well, both the baby Trump blimp and the potty Trump are real crowd pleasers around the world, and we're sure that people will appreciate some British humor at this moment of seeing Trump on the toilet and Trump in his nappies.
So you're admitting this is for the circus and the theater of it? That it's not about having an impact on the country, on the quality of people's lives, to change people's minds. It's just for the fun.
Well, let's face it, the 4th of July is supposed to be about bringing everybody together, but Trump has politicized this holiday, hijacked it. He's going so far as using tanks, using the U.S. military as a backdrop for his 2020 campaign.
Well, obviously the complaint is Trump's behavior, but then it seems like you're employing imagery that is, if you think he's been disgusting, that is as disgusting.
Absolutely, she's become what she argued against. This is all they got. They got nothing. And this is dangerous, folks. This really did happen. And I thank you at Coco_Bean10. This is a great patriot. You absolutely must follow her. She retweeted to Jeb Bush because Jeb Bush tweeted out yesterday, 3 presidents die on July 4th. Just a coincidence? ? And she replied to him saying, a Jeb Bush message on Independence Day, worth as much as a basket of fish in a time capsule. #butthurt stinks. Ouch. This is very dangerous for former elected officials to be saying things like this. And at Jake Palmieri, the GOP is stronger without absolute losers like Justin Amash. The PalmieriReport.com. Yes, Donald Trump tweeted out yesterday about Justin Amash being a great loser. And yes, Justin Amash is not running for his seat or re-election. Get a great patriot into that seat and they will get elected. And the Nike debacle at Coco_Bean10 again, educating at Juan Castro. This is the United States. This is our flag. Your planned destruction of our republic not working. Happy Independence Day. This after Nike pulled the shoes with the flag on it. Martha, the original flag that she made to put together, and Nike now pulling those shoes. Someone had told me, I think it was my father told me, that these shoes are now going for $2,000 a pair on the internet because Nike no longer making them. And this at Hightower. Never heard of this company, out of line before, but I will look them up and buy these shoes. Boss Like Ross, another clothing line released. Betsy Ross's flag sneakers. This at Daily Caller. And this at 0.ENERG7. Well, this is pretty special. Kiss takes a jab at Kaepernick 7 while claiming patriotism is cool. They recite the Pledge of Allegiance with the whole crowd and plays the national anthem. Awesome. Just plain awesomeness. And this is kind of long, so I'll just skip through it real quick. But yes, they bring up heroes on stage, talk about donating $150,000 to our fallen soldiers and really helping out and receiving the key to the city.
To show some respect between pin throwing, we're going to put our right hand over our hearts, and why don't we say the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. God bless America! Thank you!
How incredibly special is that? I mean, that gives me memories of Jimi Hendrix back during Woodstock, one of the greatest. I love the guitar. You know, you see my shirt, Make America, it's about America, guys. And the electric guitar, just so awesome. Thank you, Kiss. I'm not a huge fan of Kiss. It was a different era for me, but I absolutely appreciate the fact that they're there supporting the fallen troops, supporting our law enforcement, donating back portions of the money that they receive for their tour that they're given. This will make them more money. Democrats, do you understand? This is how you win. Colin Kaepernick, you're killing Nike. Somebody tweeted out Nike 2019 died of colon cancer. Guys, this is the hate and the anger. That is not us. That's not America. We love America. We love each other, coming together. And again, if you haven't seen or been to a Trump rally or an event where all Americans are, it is a beautiful, peaceful event, a lot of fun, a lot of energy. I will say this. I didn't get into all the nastiness and some of the stuff that's going on right now on the internet with different individuals and things going on. I don't like the gossip aspect of some of this stuff on social media, so I try to bring you the news, just news. And this was news. Some idiots, some communists were out there at the White House lighting a flag. The fights ensued. He was arrested, but that's over. That's done with. But yes, we've got people fighting us, but in small portion. The fight against what happened yesterday with Donald Trump was so insignificant. And that woman complaining that Donald Trump was using the military, using the 4th of July as the backdrop for the 2020 re-election. Yeah, of course. I would do it too. Why? Because it's America First agenda. It's pro-military, pro-law enforcement, America safety, America First. That's why he can use the military as the backdrop to his campaign, because that's what he has been all about. Come on, man. If you want to use the military as your backdrop, well, you got to start supporting them. Start supporting. And don't be against ICE. All these Democrats abolish ICE. That just isn't working. And something else, this was around the world when you talk about eyes all on America. This really warmed my heart. This truly shows you exactly what is going on in other countries. Truly shows you what's going on in other countries that we don't get to see. And the media is not showing it to you right here. New Right Network's original series, Smith TV, your host, Brian Smith. I'm showing it to you right now. And this, our good friend at Choose to Be Free. Iranian mullahs tried to make Kurds step on the United States of America's flag by laying it down in front of a doorway, crossing the whole doorway on the floor. Even in terror states of Iran, with decades of brainwashing, Kurds don't obey Iran's leader, lunatics. Good for them, at Real Donald Trump, hashtag Twitter Kurds. Man, if that doesn't just warm your heart, I don't know what does. Helping the people of Iran become their own sovereign nation again, getting back to their roots and removing Sharia law in Islam. You see what they did to Iran. I'm telling you. Jimmy Carter overthrowing the Shah and installing the Ayatollah Khomeini, who then installed Sharia law, destroying hundreds of thousands of lives, destroying them and putting them into a slave state. And I told you folks, breaking news once again, breaking news, Spygate. Mueller indictment is here. It has already happened. And this is our good friend at DJT Saves America. Mueller indicted. Thanks, Larry Klayman. Great news. This from freedomwatchusa.org. Larry Klayman, a former federal prosecutor and the founder of Freedom Watch, announced the criminal indictment of special counsel Robert Mueller by a citizens grand jury for the alleged crimes of witness tampering, obstruction of justice, attempted to support perjury, and other illegalities. A copy of the indictment, jury instructions, verdict, form, and related documents are embedded below. And how this all came about, right here, a landmark case, United States versus William, 1992, Justice Antonin Scalia ruled that the grand jury does not belong to any of the three branches of government, but rather to the American people. Indeed, several states have citizen grand juries. And right here, a citizen's grand jury, the verdict form. Count 1, violation of federal rule, criminal procedure, violation of grand jury secrecy provisions, probable cause. Count 2, unauthorized disclosure of grand jury information, probable cause. Materials, theft of government property, probable cause. Tampering with witness, probable cause. Retaliating against a witness, probable cause. This is big, guys. I know you might not quite understand what's going on, and that's okay. A lot of this stuff I'm learning myself on the fly. But what this is now the criminal aspect of Mueller can move forward, because now in a grand jury verdict handed down between probable cause versus no probable cause, all 5 counts probable cause. And this all has to do with Dr. Jerome Corsi. Dr. Jerome Corsi has now testified, and they're believing his account and all the things that have been provided. And what we are now finding out that Jerome has been saying all along with his $325 million lawsuit against Mueller is that Mueller lied to him, and Mueller tried to get him to lie against Roger Stone and tried to get him to lie against Donald Trump. And you're like, well, why'd he lie? Because he did. Jerome did lie, and he said, I was forced to lie. Well, what Mueller, and when I say Mueller, and when I talk about this Mueller indictment, it is the entire team. Bits and pieces of the information come from individuals in this team. Mueller leaked information, false news information, to the fake news media, who then released that information out to the public to make Jerome Corsi look like a dirty dog, forcing Jerome Corsi to come to the table and say, okay, no more. You're ruining my life. You're ruining everything. No more. I'll lie about it. Guys, this is what we were talking about. This is the undoing of Spygate. This is all of this is falling apart, and now we're seeing right before our eyes, Barack Obama knowing about all of this, putting all of this together. Rod Rosenstein purposely putting all this together, signing off on the renewal of the FISA. Comey signing off on the renewal of the FISA. Sally Yates, the Attorney General under Barack Obama, that Trump had to fire because she wouldn't do her job, signing off. All these people signing off on all of these things, all connected to Barack Obama, all connected to Hillary Clinton. And now Mueller, who we've known for decades, has a paper trail forever, going all the way back to Enron and some of the other things, of bad prosecution, awful prosecution. Andrew Weissman, his head, I guess call him a headhunter, if you will. Andrew Weissman, just evil as evil can possibly be, putting the pressure and the screws on people and causing all kinds of problem and ruining people's lives. And now we've got it. It's all laid out here. When Donald Trump said end game, that's a fact, folks. This is the end game. It is all over for these Democrats. This is going to ruin their entire party for 50 years to come. But we've got to keep them down, and we've got to keep the real news out there. Again, man, I get all fired up over this stuff. I could talk about Spygate all day long. And you come to Cincinnati, look me up on the west side. We can hang out, and I'll talk to you all day long about this stuff. But anyways, guys, you're watching New Right Network's original series, Smyth TV, giving you all the breaking news of the day, wrapping it all up, exposing the fake news, giving you the real news, Monday through Friday, 7 to 8 p.m. Eastern. And right after the show, when you hear the music start up, get excited, because the Wayne Dupree Show comes on at 8 o'clock. Down in the description, hit the link, jump over to Wayne Dupree, 2 hours back to back. Incredible news, real news, exposing the fake news. Jump over to patreon.com for us, folks, or jump over to smith.tv. The link's right there. Become a Patreon. If you like what you hear, help support this show. I do this out of my own pocket, my own dime, and the only way that we can continue to keep doing this, whether it be $1 or $5, whatever you can afford on a monthly basis, it helps to keep the show going. And I thank you to all the great Patreons that are currently supporting this show. We couldn't do it without you guys. So for Freedom Friday, guys, enjoy your weekend. Spend it with your friends and your family, and I'll see you back here on Monday.
You've been listening to New Right Network, mobilizing, countering, energizing. Online at newrightnetwork.com.